Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cosmic Casters. I'm Chase, and I'm here today with Ethan,
Hello.
and he is our local SNK expert, or at least the closest that we have
I
in
would
our
say
circle.
that.
And we are here today to talk about the Terry Bogard reveal for Smash Ultimate.
As well as the launch of Terry Bogard and update version 6.0.
Oh, yeah, actually, I guess, maybe not the reveal, because that was months ago at this point, but still.
Gameplay reveal. There you go.
Yeah, actually, there was a updated reveal trailer, too, so...
Yeah, it was. They got kind of extended cut, but let's maybe go through the direct in order. That might flow a little better.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So, just to start off, Terry Bogard, he exists. Tell me, Ethan, who in the world is Terry Bogard?
Okay, so for those that don't know, back in the 90s, there was a little company called SNK. And if anyone knows anything about the Bit Wars, Nintendo and Sega, let's just say there was a little bit of that going on in the fighting game community from Capcom and SNK. Who could pull out the bigger roster, the most mechanics, the most unique way to play a fighting game. And so everyone knows Ryu, arguably the mascot of Capcom. They have a couple, but in terms of fighting games, it's him. So for SNK, they had Terry Bogard. He is the son of Jeff Bogard, older brother of Andy Bogard. His dad was killed by probably the greatest D-bag in history, Geese Howard. So he entered his fighting tournament to get revenge and knocked him off a cliff. Though that's been retconned to him trying to save him. Geese is like, no, I hate you, and letting himself fall off.
Yeah, I have, just like over the last 24 hours, been immersing myself in SNK and Fatal Fury and all that.
Meanwhile, for years, I've been playing the... sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ethan talked me into buying the... What was it? King of Fighters 98?
98. Yeah, that is what most people consider the melee of King of Fighters.
Yeah, like very much even soccer, I mentioned it within this direct, that was one of the top tier of the SNK fighting games.
For all the Smash players, that's the melee of King of Fighters. If you want the cream of the crop, old school... SNK fighting at its most refined, I would say it's 98. KOF 98.
And let's see, also, he's been in King of Fighters, but also in Fatal Fury, I think is the series that he's mostly known for, is that right?
They're in the same universe. It's similar to how Street Fighter and Final Fight are in the same universe. They have the same characters, they do a lot of crossovers. King of Fighters is actually kind of a low-key SNK crossover, because there's Athena, who has her own series. The guys from Akari Warriors are in there. The characters from Art of Fighting are in there. It's kind of just like a little bit of a low-key SNK crossover fighting game universe. Mm-hmm. But they all kind of fizzled out to the point where it's just KOF. So they're just all KOF characters now.
Yeah. Not all of them. I was looking at apparently like Rocky isn't going to be put into King of Fighters at any point.
You mean Rock?
Yeah, Rock, sorry.
Rock Howard, Cliff Notes. Yeah. Rock Howard is the son of Geese Howard, but Terry killed him, and then he adopted him. And he got his first appearance in Garu, but he has since been like a popular DLC character in King of Fighters. So he's in the series, he's just not canonically. Story-wise, he is not there. Gameplay-wise, he is...
Okay, so that's what it must be then.
Yeah, okay. The short version, there are two different timelines. But yet they're also the same timeline. So just Cliff Notes if that's why you're wondering. Who is Rock and why does no one talk about him? That's why.
Alright, cool. So moving on, let's talk about Terry's movesets. It's really interesting, and I guess this could also be a part where we talk about him as a fighter, because this really is the section where they go over who he is as a fighter.
They go through every single thing. So... Terry is commonly considered a Shoto. The is short for Shotokan, which is the fighting style of Ryu and Ken, and it's kind of just your average Joe, your Mario of a fighting game character. They have a projectile, they have a movement option, they have a good uppercut. And Terry was that answer for Fatal Fury, then King of Fighters. And he has all of his stuff. A lot of his moves are just straight references to... some older moves, some newer moves. Even one of his throws is from frickin' Wild Ambition, which is like the weird 3D spin-off on the Neo Geo 64 The fact that Sakurai called that out was ridiculous.
Well, I think it's pretty clear from watching this that Sakurai is a huge fan of SNK. So
this man talked about that you could rent video games, and he said it's actually somewhat cheaper to buy a Neo Geo than to play 300 rounds of it in an arcade. He knows his stuff.
Yeah. So going through moves, anything in particular that kind of stands out to you is really awesome or weird?
He is the first character to ever have a fifth special move. Now, I know what you're thinking. A lot of characters have, like, oh, Joker has, like, Arsene. Well, that's more like an upgraded one. Or how about Bayonetta? Well, it's just kind of the same thing, but with a different angle. No, Terry straight up has
You're talking about the geyser kick?
Yeah, no, a crack shoot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Crack shoot.
The side B is a forward and a backwards. Forward is oh shoot, I'm literally forgetting the name right now. Burn Knuckle. Is just Burn Knuckle. It's his standard punch. It's kind of the equivalent of the Tazumaki Senpu Kakyu, or the Hurricane Kick, for short, in English. And his back, if you do it behind opponent, or if you're walking backwards, it does Crack Shoot, which is sort of a overhead anti-air kick. So it's really interesting that he's the first character to ever have 5 special moves. That's what really stands out.
Like I said, to bring it up, so we may as well talk about the is it called the Hurricane Kick, or am I thinking of something else?
The Rising Tackle?
The weird, like, under 30% move, or over 30% move he can do? Where it says go next to his shoulder.
The Desperation Attack.
Yes, that.
Yeah, Sakurai didn't specifically name the mechanic, though in past Fatal Furies it's called the Desperation Attack, where essentially instead of having a super meter, it was health-based tied. Where if you got to a certain health percentage, you would unlock an extra super powerful move that kind of was the inspiration for super moves later in the franchise.
He was kind of talking about that a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. He just didn't name drop it. The official name from the original series is Desperation Attack, which is labeled by the same icon from, I believe, Fatal Fury Special, which is the little go icon.
Man.
And those are just his 2, super famous special moves. He's got Bust a Wolf, Are You Okay? And then he's got Power Geyser. And then his final smash is just a big FU combo. It's triple power. It's triple power geyser, which is a variation of his move in certain games. Then goes into power dunk, and then goes into another buster. Yeah. So it's a completely new move they made up for Smash. This super move combo, which even then is also a reference to my personal favorite game in the KOF series. Well, it's Fatal Fury 8, also known as Garu Mark of the Wolves, where you have this little meter that's also health-based tied called a top attack, and you get an extra special move out of it. And if you do a special move, it's power charge into power dunk. But the way Terry does it's this, like when he does that rising jump into the really slow-mo power dunk, it's the same everything from Garu. Though no costume, no Hungry Wolf Terry, where he's older and he's wearing a jacket and doesn't have the hat anymore. It's probably his favorite alternate costume, but I guess Sakurai was like, it's too much time and he doesn't have the hat, which is tied to a lot of his animations apparently.
Oh yeah, he made a big deal about the hat in the animations.
Though,
he does take off the hat a couple times.
Yeah, he does, and also he mentioned if Terry gets KO'd in stamina mode, he does lose the hat, which is a nice detail because that is what happens when he gets KO'd. He normally loses his hat.
What do you think of him as a fighter? Are you enjoying playing as him?
He's easily a main now. Like I already main him in the few KOF games I do play. It's usually him, Kyo, and then I mix in someone else. But yeah, he's normally my main, so I'm already going to main him in Smash.
Yeah, and I'm going to be completely honest, I might start maining him too, and I've only really started playing King of Fighters in the last 24 hours. His moveset just feels so good.
This was Sakurai's plan. You are fulfilling what Sakurai desired from you.
Damn you, mashed potato samurai.
This man smooth talked everyone into knowing at least something about SNK and Terry Bogard.
Alright, well, yeah. I mean, it at least feels better than the Street Fighter characters. So.
Oh yeah,
take that, Capcom.
Yeah, the Shotos feel a little rough. I'm not gonna lie. Even in Smash 4, they were still a little. They were definitely better, but in Ultimate, they feel a lot less rigid. I guess that's just experience.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Like I've wanted to play them for quite a while, but it just hasn't felt right. So, Terry, he feels right.
Terry definitely feels right. I love Terry Bogard so much. I have the official SNK approved Terry Bogard hat, and just yesterday I bought the Rock Howard jacket.
Oh man.
Yeah, because even though Terry is great, I love me Rock Howard because he's basically Terry Bogard with a bunch of Geese Howard specials, and Geese Howard is one of the most infamous final bosses. He's their Bowser, basically. He's the main final boss, and he has one of the greatest counters in fighting games, where he grabs you and says "predictable" and tosses you like 50 feet away.
Everything about Geese Howard I just love so much. Everything I see about him.
Which is why they put him in Tekken.
Oh, wait, did they?
They did, yeah. He's the second DLC character, and that's
awesome.
The best thing they did is in cutscenes he has a normal like regular English voice actor, but in gameplay he has a Japanese voice actor. So like because Geese is like the biggest weeaboo ever. Like his house is always decorated in really fancy, ornate Japanese interiors. Even though he's just like, I guess Southtown's supposed to be like Detroit knockoff.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
Yeah, it's just kind of a funny parallel, and I'm glad that Geese is not only in the game, but he's a spirit fighter, and his spirit fight, it's a me with a business suit.
Oh, it's not just a me with a business suit. It's a me with a business suit and a Princess Zelda face.
But here's the thing: this is a reference to the updated version of, if I remember correctly, the updated version of Fatal Fury 1, where they're called Fatal Fury Special. On the eShop, by the way. Most of them are on there. Please go buy them. They're like $8.
Oh yeah, there's so many. And didn't you say that some of them were on sale today?
There's a few that are like $3 on sale. Just go buy them.
I'm going to try to get this up like day of, so...
Okay.
If you watch this early, go double check and make sure that they're still on sale.
Okay, but anyway, there's a poster for this Fatal Fury and whatever, and it's literally just a picture of Geese Howard and his minions, and he's just in a business suit, sitting there super menacingly. Please show this picture. I'll send it to you.
All right.
And that is exactly what he looks like in the boss fight.
Oh, no, I think I found the picture.
Yeah, it is exactly. Yes.
It is amazing. He almost looks like from Watchmen, Ozymandias.
Yes, he does. He looks like this man makes Dio look like freaking Princess Peach in this photo. Like it's just a photo right here, but it has all of his goons, and that's just the poster. It's just this.
Yeah, I found the
rest
of the poster. It's. Also, I'm going to say I really love Billy Kane's design too. He's also in this picture.
Yeah, he's the number one jobber. He's Geese's number one bodyguard. So he's kind of fun. Got a cool staff thing. Surprised he's not a. Is he a spirit fight? I don't think he is, but he's in the background.
I don't think so. Yeah,
he's in the background.
There's a lot of characters in the background. Should we talk about the background characters?
I guess we should segue into the stage.
Oh yeah, I guess the stage itself is really worth mentioning because it's a really interesting one.
Yeah, it's got a brand new Smash mechanic, or at least sort of like a hybrid of mechanics. So
yeah, it's got like invisible walls on the outside.
Yeah, it's sort of like a traditional fighting game where you just go to the side and you hit the border and you can't move. So it's a literal invisible wall. But here's the thing: you can beat people into the invisible wall like Shadow Moses. And the more damage they take, the more the wall starts to crack. But it doesn't break like Shadow Moses. It's always physical. Mm-hmm. But when you hit someone far enough, they will literally shatter the glass of the invisible wall and KO like normal.
It's just beautiful.
And it's a really beautiful effect. Because here's the thing. If you land like that, that big final hit attack that has those slow-mo effect, you essentially get that plus the second one of them careening into the side and the glass breaking. Yeah. And then
let's just say this one's already banned, right? This stage.
I don't know. I feel like it's just gonna be banned off of basis that they hate anything different, but I don't know. I feel like maybe they'll actually test this one out and lab it out and see if it has some viability. So I have no idea.
I enjoy the stage, but I just think based on the invisible walls, probably gonna get banned.
Well, the other thing is the invisible
walls. Like, oh, you can combo off the walls.
Well, the other thing is the invisible walls they're visible. Like, you can't... It's not like in most walk-off stages where there's that weird bubble that pops up where you can't see anybody.
Oh, yeah, that's...
At all times, you can see what everyone is doing. So that's why I think it has some leeway. You know, they might actually lab it out.
I feel like the bouncing is kind of weird. That's the only thing that might get it banned.
And the other thing is the ceiling is very high, so it's actually really hard to knock somebody off from the top. So it's like, that's the recommended option.
Like, technically, there's like a couple of feet off the left and right sides, but the ceiling goes quite a distance above.
Ooh, yeah, it's very big. It reminds me of a Marvel vs. Capcom stage. Speaking of SNK crossovers, I wish they would bring Capcom vs. SNK, because those games are like the Smash Bros. Of like just regular fighting games. They're amazing. I would die if they made the trilogy of CBS 1, CBS 2, and then SBC, which is... Because Capcom made the first two, and then SNK made the third one. But it was a trilogy of crossovers.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly, all the Capcom crossovers are great.
Yeah. Also, I would, even though they didn't add the song, please, for the love of everything, look up This Is True Love We're Making from Capcom vs. SNK 2. One of the best songs ever written, period. I wish it was in the game, and I guess we can segue to the music.
And what music there is. Oh my god.
Man, Cloud is just sitting there watching everyone get like 5 bajillion songs, and then Terry walks in, and he's like, "Hey, are you okay? I got 50 songs."
Yeah, like this story that Sakurai told about. We were like, okay, we narrowed it down to 50 songs. We sent to SNK. We were expecting them to give us like maybe 10, 20 songs we could add, and they just said okay.
They said okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we have 50 more songs now, and if I remember correctly, we're at 955 playable songs. So, including sound effects, we're definitely over 1,000 at this point.
Mm-hmm. And like, if you go into the comments of the 48-minute presentation, like half the comments are about the number of songs, including a number that are dissing on Square.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's, their composers have really weird situations. That's why I agree with Ash Paulson at Game Explained that I do not like the Dragon Quest composer, because he's straight up like, the music of the game doesn't matter to me as long as I get to have the new music for my concerts first.
One thing we didn't talk about back when we talked about the stage was all the background characters.
I guess we could talk about that too. Go ahead. I'll gush later.
Yeah, there's. Well, I only know so many of these characters, obviously, but I do know not all of them are even from the King of Fighters, right?
No. Well, at least like 80% of them. Well, every character in there has been in King of Fighters at some point. Just a lot of them do not originate from King of Fighters. Again, it's a crossover.
There's the Fatal Fury. There's what's it called, Samurai Showdown.
There's no Sam Show characters in the background.
Oh, there isn't. Okay.
No. There's the two guys from Akari Warriors. There's Athena, who's originally from her own game. Then she was in Psycho Warriors, which has a amazing remix, by the way, for the theme song in Smash. And then I think it's
West Blade, Art of Fighting. There's a lot of games that are crossover in this.
Because King of Fighters is, again, low-key SNK crossover. But there's just a ton of... And the other thing is their details are spot on. Like, I don't know every character, but for, like, Kyo and Rock, all of their background stuff is straight up from their games. Like Kyo straight up has all of his poses from KOF 98, and Rock has his losing. For some reason, he has his losing pose from Garo. So it's not even like, because the other thing is like in King of Fighters, a lot of them you can it's team based, but when you're fighting, if you go to the corners, you can see your teammates, and they kind of cheer when you do good, and they kind of grunt and sigh when you lose. So it's nice that they don't just have victory stuff; they have defeat animations too for that.
Yeah, so I guess from there we can move on to the biggest surprise of this whole thing. It wasn't even the fact it was dropped, it's the fact that Sakurai played through the entire classic mode.
Probably the one point of contention from anyone who is not butthurt about SNK. Anyone who was overly hype about this would all admit this is probably the one low part. Because it's not that, like, Sakurai is just being cool or whatever, but like it's classic mode. Like we can all do this anytime we want, and you're kind of just ruining the surprise. But
it's kind of just like an extra thing.
Yeah, like it really. If you cut that, it's like a 30-minute direct, and even then, it's only like a few minutes longer than the past couple ones. But it was just kind of Sakurai, just gushing about King of Fighters and talking about hey.
Honestly, like just from watching this, I really want Sakurai to just have like a gaming YouTube channel. And, like, yeah, I know. He doesn't need more on his plate. He's already swamped as it is, probably.
This is his YouTube channel.
But that's true. I don't watch anything else on this channel. But, yeah, I mean, he's just such a charming guy.
He really is.
It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I went to go look up to see if any Smash Wiki has the references for the background characters, but no, they're too lazy. They just said, they have 20 references.
Well, let's see. Let's just kind of go through everything else real quick.
Do we talk about mine?
Spirits, I think. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so
my.
I won't ruin the surprise for the 5 people who haven't seen the direct yet, but he makes a comment about.
I don't know why you're watching this and not the direct.
Yeah, you should go watch that. Watch that first, then come back. But but in case, okay, there's your 5 seconds to stop. So yeah, my hat is too sexy for Smash. She's too sexy for longer pants. She's too sexy for an undershirt. She's so sexy.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if they did anything to make her design,
it's not
more covered. Exactly, like the SAK fans would rage so hard. Yeah. And Sakurai doesn't need to deal with that.
No, this man works hard enough. He doesn't need more hate. He already got crapped on from people saying, who's SNK? And that's why he had the freaking 15-minute history lesson for everyone. Which even for me, I was like, this is nice and refreshing to someone to educate.
Well, with my taken care of, now let's talk about the spirits. All 11 of them.
Yeah, she's so bouncy.
Yes.
That is not what she actually says. That's just what it sounds like in Japanese. I'm just saying.
So, spirits. We were talking about the Goose Howard spirit battle a little bit earlier and how awesome the design is.
Excuse me, did you just say Goose Howard?
Sorry, geese.
No, because when you say Goose Howard, I'm thinking of that one picture of the Untitled Goose Game Goose with the Geese Howard outfit on.
Oh, I have not seen this.
I have to go find that. Please, if you have time, please put that on the screen and credit it. It's so amazing. But yeah, what did you think of the spirit battles? I can gush about everything. I want to get more of you in here.
Yeah, I haven't played through all the spirit battles. I checked out Goose and I think Athena, and that's it.
Okay.
That's Athena, right?
Yes.
I'm not crazy.
No, it's literally Athena. Sakura made a good point saying that her and Palutena were kind of references to the Greek goddess herself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah,
I've played through all of them. They're definitely unique. A lot of them are just stamina battle. Here's a few characters. But, everyone kind of makes sense in their reference, though unfortunately they brought Oh god, I always forget their names, but I hate them so much. It's the fat dude with the ball and chain and the Freddy Krueger looking guy.
Oh,
They
I
are
know.
the worst. I hate them. I
Yeah, I remember
despise
when I was playing
them.
King of Fighters last night. The like ball and chain guy, I fought him, and he was
I know his name is
oh,
Chang. I know his name is Chang. I never remember the other guy. But those two are cheap
uh,
as crap. I hate them.
yeah.
Thankfully, that spirit battle
Just
was easy, so,
okay, good.
PTSD aside, I'm fine.
So, Mii Fighter costumes were announced next, and there are quite a few of those as well.
Honestly, I'm gonna straight up say it. Probably the second most disappointing part of the direct is I'm not disappointed of what we got. It's more what it's not the leak. We won't talk about that. I don't want to talk about that because it's not
Mhm.
true anymore. But
No, it's not.
the costumes are kind of underwhelming. Like, yeah, we got Nakoruru. She's cool. She's good. She doesn't have her
I
bird
feel
buddy.
like
But
nothing about her design's really interesting to me, I guess.
she's just cute anime girl with pet hawk. That's just kind of her thing.
Yep, pretty much. And then after her, we got Goku.
No, sorry, excuse me, Ryu. Oh, sorry, my bad. Rio Sagasaki from The Art of
Yep,
Fighting,
sorry.
who's also there.
Mhm.
If you thought Terry was a Ryu clone, oh boy, Rio is a dead ringer. Like, holy crap, SNK, are you even trying? But thankfully, his moves have gotten more different over the years, and he's a
That's
he's
good.
a biker. He owns a karate dojo, so he's more active than Ryu, and he's not as
All
pompous
right,
as
that's
Ken.
good. Yeah, I don't really like Ryu a ton as a character,
No, I
so
don't think anyone does.
yeah, that's fair. After that, we got Iori, once again
Yes,
for the brawler.
yeah. He is the Shadow the Hedgehog of KOF, and Kyo is Sonic. They're just
I suddenly love him.
Sakurai does too. Even commented that whoever designed this character, I'm like, they are a genius. Sakurai is a Iori fanboy confirmed. Wait till you see him as a final boss. He's cheap as crap, but not the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, like his design's really cool too. He's got a
Yeah.
crescent moon, and he's
You
got
know what it
the
is for
hair
me? It's
coming
the
down from his face.
suspenders.
It is interesting. I
His
mean, I guess
weird
it's not really something you
suspenders are
expect in a
strapped
game
to
like
his leg,
this.
so it gives him this really nice sway. Because, like, what really makes these characters sell is when you see them in their old sprites. If you, like, just look up,
Mhm.
I'm sure there's, like, a Iori sprite somewhere of him just standing around. You see the freaking
Probably.
suspenders jiggling around. That's cool.
It's like, why? Why are they there? Who
Because they
knows?
can. Because they're trying to have a dig measuring contest with Capcom. I'm dead serious when I made that Nintendo and Sega reference. They're just trying to one up
Yeah,
each other.
I would totally believe it.
Though thankfully they settled down. They had some references that SNK went bankrupt
Mhm.
twice, and they're trying to rebuild themselves, so they're fine.
All right, well that's good. Just based on what I've seen, I do hope they get back on their feet.
Oh, they're doing much better, definitely.
Good, good.
They're not a port
After,
machine anymore. That's what they were for the. That's what they were the first time after the first time they got bankrupt. They were just a port machine, and then those stopped selling. Then they got bought by a Chinese company,
yeah,
and they're actually trying now.
good, good.
And then we got the
So we,
returning Virtual Fighter costumes of
yes,
Akira and
Akira.
Jackie.
Hmm. And Akira's already been in for a while as
Assist
assist
trophy,
trophy,
but
hasn't
his glorious mean costume has returned, looking exactly how it is in uh, Virtual Fighter 1. Funny reference, I just found out. So, I was kind of messing around with just putting Terry in different scenarios to kind of lab him for stuff. And I
he?
threw that Akira skin in a match, and I had to I had to answer a phone call, so I exited the match. When I saw Akira clapping, his motion is a little bit clunkier than everyone else's clapping. I don't know if that's like a special code or if it's just how like the thing is modeled, but it is amazing how he has a different clapping
I mean,
animation.
just based on the entire design, I would totally believe that was on purpose.
Yeah. Like, it's not super noticeable, but like just enough that if you put two Mii fighters side by side and have him as one of them, you can tell the difference.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And then Jackie's fine. I don't know much about Virtual Fighter. I at least know what Akira is. He's the Ryu. You know, he's very popular. I don't know nothing about Jackie.
I don't know anything about Virtua Fighter. It's just that the Akira design's been around.
Yeah.
And, very easily seen.
I know he drives a car because in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, they're in the Outrun car together.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's about it. Overall, kind of underwhelming, but I at least appreciate the references. I would at least like to see a sixth costume that might have been a little bit more out there.
Yeah, even so, they're pretty good.
If I had to pick, I would have died if they put a Kyo Kusanagi skin in there. Because, again, it's like him and Terry are like my mains, and I usually just test out whoever for the third character.
Aha.
So having a tag team with those two, that would have been fun.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's about everything, unless you want to gush about the music somewhere, since we kind of skimmed that.
We did kind of. I mean, it's really hard to go into any sort of detail on the music.
I mean, I can at least say it's...
Go back to,
go ahead.
Before we go back to that, there is the 6.0 update we should talk about.
Wait, the fact that they updated the battle arenas?
And they updated the battle arenas. There was the... They did boost a couple of characters.
Oh, I guess we could talk about the balance patches.
Something to Hero. I'm really not sure if that's a boost or if it's a nerf or if it's just a thing.
I've only read the cliff notes. If you have the actual spreadsheet, could you please send that to me?
Oh, yeah, I do have the spreadsheet. Just let me grab that real fast.
But anyway, while we were waiting, please check out the Psycho Soldier theme. Terry has like 20 remixes of his main theme that are all really good. There's a lot of KOF 13 music. I guess the team was just a fan of that soundtrack in particular. They have the best Metal Slug song in there, which is the first mission from Metal Slug 3. I think it's like the last song on the list, so it's not hard to find. And, yeah. I have, 50 songs. Cloud is just crying in the background with his 2 songs. To be fair, Game & Watch isn't doing any other favors, so...
No. I can't seem to track down, Oh, here's the update patch notes.
Okay.
I will send those to you now. Pretty much there were boosts for Donkey Kong, Kirby, Jigglypuff, Robin, K. Rool, and
K. Rool was swole from what I've read. I read the Cliff Notes version, and that's what I really heard was K. Rool just got swole again.
Oh yeah, like there's a nice media list right there for multiple attacks.
It makes no sense.
I'll get posted in the main chat on the Discord channel. Hey everybody, go join our Discord channel if you haven't. It's linked in the description. Go do that.
Yeah, there's your free plug. Also, again, go buy those KOF games. They're $8. Do not tell me you do not at least have $8 to try it out. Just listen.
Or even $3 if it's on sale.
Yeah, especially the ones that are $3. Don't tell me you don't have $3. I'm sorry.
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even like a huge fighting game guy, but they are a lot of fun.
If you want my personal pick, get Garo Marker to Wolves. Yeah. It's not on sale, but it's my personal favorite. It's like Terry at like his best. But if you want like traditional Terry, go for what Sakurai said, 95 and 98. Though pretty much like all the 2D ones are there, all the King of Fighters, all of Art of Fighting. Just
a lot of games.
Yeah, just a good chunk of them.
Long list.
I would at least say like 80% of all the super important games are on the eShop for super cheap.
Oof.
Okay, so patch notes.
So going through Donkey Kong, I don't play him. I don't know.
Neither do I, but from what the few times I have played, I know what's important, and it looks like all the stuff that's not important just got more important. Looking good.
That's what makes a good fighting game update.
Yes.
Kirby. I do play Kirby a little bit.
Of course, Sakurai would find a way to buff his son.
Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, okay. We didn't talk about how he gave his son a new costume for Halloween.
Oh yeah, he
He dressed up
did.
like Terry.
Uh, okay, I know. I know if Mai's too much. I know they're not gonna put in female Terry, but come on, why does like Kirby's hat say fatal cutie, like female Terry's does? That would have been
Aww.
the ultimate like extra reference.
Kirby's getting a lot of extra launch distance, so I'm happy about that.
Ooh, that's always fun. Anyway, back to Puff. Reduce vulnerability. Side tilt. Jordan.
Reduce vulnerability, adjust the launch angle. I'm not really picking anything specific up that's really good or bad about the Jigglypuff nerfs. Or not nerfs, buffs. So if you're not picking anything up, we can go talk about Robin,
Yes.
who I am really happy that's about some of these, especially the extended duration of the Fireball, because that is probably my favorite Robin move.
Yeah, it's PK Firelight. So
Hmm.
let's be real, it
So,
is. It's PK Firelight.
Yeah, it really is. But unlike Ness, I actually use Robin, and I can use Robin, and I know how to use Robin.
And you don't have an instant kill throw option.
So,
Unlike Terry, where he has 15 of them. Okay, in Cineroar, did they make his up special good? No.
they did absolutely nothing to his up special.
Though everything else looks fine. I am definitely enjoying this. I'm enjoying my furry wrestler. I like it. And then here, okay.
K-Rule. You want to talk about K-Rule? Sound like you were excited about this one.
He's swole. What the hell? What did they do to this man? Did they give him steroids?
He deserves to be swole, okay?
He does. He's been beaten, abused by Microsoft, and Nintendo was just like, "Hey, we'll take you in."
Yeah, like, especially it looks like they did a lot of work on his aerial attacks, which I find interesting, but...
Because that's like his
K-Rule
worst
aerial
option. Like, he's got some good stuff, but his aerial game is like, okay. He has a really good recovery, but his air game just kind of okay.
Oh yeah, his recovery is beautiful.
But
both design-wise and functionality.
And reference-wise.
Yes, and that.
Okay.
But actually giving him more work in the air is really nice.
Yeah, it's a good chance for him. And then because we already went through Incineroar, we'll talk about the villain of competitive Smash, ironically named Hero.
I have no idea if this is good.
I want to read it out loud.
After
After Kafrizz hits a fighter or the stage and explodes, gravitational pull or pocket will have no effect on the explosion.
What does this mean? I see the words.
When it says
they are their
okay,
own
hold
thing.
on. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking. If this says pocket, are we talking about Villager and Isabel's pocket?
Oh, you might be onto something there.
And by gravitational pull, I assume it's the black hole bomb.
Yeah, I was thinking about the same thing there. Pocket was really weird to me. Like, I still have no idea how that would have any effect on an explosion.
Oh, does that mean if, like, let's say it explodes for a few frames, but they still grab it, do they not take damage? That's what I'm reading this
that could be
as.
it. Okay, that would make sense.
Because I know,
so now they're still going to take damage.
I know that's like the one thing Villager like has over Hero is he can pocket a lot of his specials.
Wait, so you're saying that this isn't a hero nerf? This isn't a hero buff. This is a villager nerf.
No, this is a Villager buff because now he doesn't get hit from it.
It says it will have no effect on the explosion, meaning the explosion will go no matter what.
Oh.
So it won't.
Oh. Yeah.
That means it will now take damage.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, if I'm reading that correctly from what you're saying, this is actually a Villager nerf.
Screw you, villager.
Yeah,
We don't want you here.
Yeah. I mean, he's a serial killer. What do you want?
Yeah, look at those eyes.
Look at those eyes, and look at Isabel's. It's like looking at the ego and the id, the perfection and the demon, the persona of your mind. Be your true self.
And with that, I think we should end it off.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for all coming and listening to this whole thing. Tell us in the comments what you think of Terry. Do you like him? Are you going to go start playing more SNK games because of him?
And last but not
do you have
least,
Yep.
to everyone in the audience, are you okay? Please tell us in the comments if you're okay.
With that, don't forget to join Discord server, like, subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone, and have a beautiful day.